The Kansei reforms, spearheaded by Matsudaira Sadanobu, were the very cause of Edo's impoverishment. Why did his pure and upright intentions lead to economic stagnation? He enforced strict frugality and aimed for a rigorous society based on Neo-Confucianism. However, the market subsequently lost its vitality, and the city of Edo was stripped of its energy. Behind the policies of Sadanobu, often praised as a virtuous reformer, lay an even more astonishing truth. What exactly was the cause that plunged Edo into poverty? This video will explain 3 key points: why Sadanobu impoverished Edo, the differences between his policies and those of Tanuma Okitsugu, and the lessons his reforms left for modern times. Now let's delve into the truth. The main part of this documentary also elaborates on the economic prosperity during the Tanuma era. Before Matsudaira Sadanobu's rise, the Edo shogunate was supported by senior counselor Tanuma Okitsugu, known for his proactive economic policies. Tanuma promoted the official recognition of merchant guilds, kabu nakama, and reclamation projects for Lake Imba and Lake Tiga, aiming for commercial development and increased revenue through new rice fields. Furthermore, he had the foresight to initiate development in Izoki, the region corresponding to present-day Hokkaido. While he faced criticism for alleged corruption, at its core, his aim was to strengthen the shogunate's finances and uplift the economy as a whole. As a result, the city of Edo thrived with vitality, commoners' consumer desire increased, and the economy experienced unprecedented prosperity. In modern economic terms, these were policies that could be called proactive fiscal spending, and at first glance, Edo should have become wealthier. However, the unprecedented disaster of the Tenmei Great Famine drastically altered this course. So why did the famine directly impact Tanuma? While climate change caused the famine, Tanuma's mercantilism was criticized for favoring only merchants and oppressing farmers. Soaring rice prices and frequent peasant revolts, uchikawashi, plunged society into chaos. Tanuma's policies were seen to have backfired, bringing his political career to an end. And to quell this turmoil, Matsudaira Sadanobu, lord of the Shirakawa domain and a descendant of Tokugawa Ieyasu, emerged. From a young age, Sadanobu was intelligent, deeply studied Neo-Confucianism, and his pure and upright character was recognized early on. During his time as lord of the Shirakawa domain, he thoroughly enforced frugality and successfully restored the domain's finances, leading him to be chosen as the next senior counselor. In 1787, Sadanobu assumed the position of chief senior counselor and initiated the Kansei reforms. His goals were to rebuild the shogunate's devastated finances and restore moral discipline. First, he embarked on the thorough implementation of frugality and economy. He issued sumptuary laws to daimyo and hatamoto, and severely cracked down on luxuries among commoners. He issued the prohibition of heterodox studies, Igaku no Kin, suppressing scholarship outside of Neo-Confucianism. Furthermore, he enforced strict censorship on publications deemed to disrupt public morals. He also issued the Kien-ryai, an order to cancel the debts of hatamoto and gokunin. This was intended as a relief measure for the samurai class. This Kien-ryai, seemingly a benevolent policy to save the samurai, in fact brought significant disruption to the market economy. Canceling debts shattered the creditworthiness of moneylenders, leading to new reluctance to lend. As a result, the flow of the entire economy stagnated. Why did Sadanobu, through reforms he believed to be benevolent policies, instead throw the economy into chaos? The reason lay in his ideology. The strict sumptuary laws chilled consumption. By prohibiting luxuries for townspeople, the very foundation of economic activity was shaken. Markets that had been vibrant during the Tanuma era stagnated. Many merchants suffered blows, and some were even forced out of business. Urban unemployment rose, and the streets were filled with people struggling with hardship. The lives of commoners clearly deteriorated. Sadanobu, in prioritizing immediate financial reconstruction, failed to understand the mechanisms of the economy, especially the importance of a monetary economy. His ideal was a good old society where samurai valued frugality and farmers worked diligently. However, Edo already had a deeply entrenched monetary economy. Sadanobu overlooked the reality that an economy cannot function on integrity alone. Ironically, his good intentions impoverished Edo. Tanuma Okitsugu was criticized and fell from power, yet his policies had elements that resonate with modern economic growth strategies. Matsudaira Sadanobu, on the other hand, upheld his integrity and aimed for an ethical society, but this became a hindrance to economic development. His policies strongly reflected the Neo-Confucian philosophy of valuing righteousness, GI, and disdaining profit, RE. Faced with the urgent task of rebuilding the shogunate's finances, he chose equilibrium through contraction, which led to shrinking the overall economic pie. The shogunate's loss of authority due to the Tenmei Great Famine might have further propelled Sadanobu down a path of strictness. As a result, Edo's economy stagnated, and a sense of stagnation enveloped society as a whole. People lost their vitality. Sadanobu was a man who, without self-interest, simply wished for the stability of society. Yet, ironically, his pure ideals caused suffering in Edo. Perhaps he never fully understood throughout his life the economic reality that integrity alone cannot sustain. So, what did Matsudaira Sadanobu's reforms ultimately bring about? And what lessons should we learn from them? Why did Sadanobu impoverish Edo? It was because he overemphasized ethics and disregarded the development of a monetary economy. In contrast to Tanuma Okitsugu's mercantilism, Sadanobu aimed to restore the shogunate's finances through agrarianism and strict frugality. The lesson his reforms left is that an economy cannot operate on ethics alone, and flexible policies adapted to changing times are necessary. Matsudaira Sadanobu was undoubtedly a virtuous and good person, and his loyalty to the shogunate was profound. However, his ideals did not align with the changes of the era. His reforms, as a result, brought stagnation and a sense of deadlock to the city of Edo, becoming one factor that delayed the path to modernization. History can never be told in simple terms of good versus evil. Matsudaira Sadanobu, too, may have been a figure who struggled between his virtuous ideals and harsh reality.
History still hides untold stories. Subscribe for more forgotten history.